So, hi. Uh, it's been a while. I've sat in front of this camera recording myself, and I must admit that it feels good to be back. It feels good to be here. Um, and I feel like my viewers, I know I have some loyal, committed viewers, however few, but I feel like you guys deserve some explanation. And in the spirit of accountability, I would like to say that the reason for my absence was, I think it was a burnout. And it was just like I was giving and giving and giving, and I didn't have the time to water myself. So I needed a break. I needed some time to process. I needed some time to water myself, but I'm back. And there will be no break at least for a while, by God's grace. So, welcome back to Conversations with Debbie. It is a blessing to be back again, to be sitting here again to discuss with us. You know how we do it here. We talk about God, we talk about motherhood, we talk about life, and everything in that mix. So, welcome back. On today's conversation, we're going to be discussing about forgiveness. You see this particular topic on forgiveness. The fact that I can sit down here and discuss about forgiveness is a miracle. Best believe it is a miracle. God really had to do some work on me. And at the same time, I must give myself some credit to say that um, I have had to cooperate with the Holy Spirit to get to this point. So when I was thinking about this video, I was wondering what angle to have this conversation about. I know the subject of forgiveness is quite a common topic. I know that it is something that is out there and it's not a new thing. But then I also know, and I'm also very much aware that for a lot of us, forgiveness is a struggle, right? So, let's get into it. So I'm going to be sharing my story. I'm going to be sharing my struggle. And I'm going to talk about this. I'm going to try to talk about this as much as possible from a personal point of view. And I hope that you're able to learn one or two things at the end of this video. When it comes to problems, I just want to keep the peace, right? I just want to leave things really. I just want to internalize the pain and deal with it myself, but let things just stay the way they are, which is not helpful. All right, so this made me a target of bullying, and one thing about me, I hate injustice. I will dedicate a whole other video talking about bullying and my struggles with bullying. But this video, we're talking about forgiveness, okay? And the fact that I hate injustice is that I always check myself to make sure that I am not on the offensive, okay? And where I am, those who know me know that I am always the first to acknowledge my wrongs and apologize because I hate injustice. And I also equally hate being the recipient of injustice. In the same vein that I love apologizing where I am sure that I am wrong. Mind you, I will not apologize where I have not done anything because my conscience is active. But where I am sure that I am wrong, where you call me out on my wrongs, I will be the first person to apologize. And in the same vein, I love to be apologized to. And now, this was the problem for me. And I know that for a lot of us as well, this is the problem. When people offend us, there is the expectation, and validly so, okay? There's the expectation that they should be able to see that, hey, even if you were not aware of what you were doing when you were offending me, this hurts, okay? And I need you to apologize to help me heal. Give me something to work with so that this relationship can continue to draw on. That would have been the natural expectation in, where everything was equal, okay? But in real life, people don't always acknowledge their wrongs for various reasons. Sometimes because they are very sure in their own worldview and in the way they see things that this is the way things should be, and you deserve whatever treatment that they have given to you. And this becomes a problem. That sense of justice and injustice, and making sure that, there is equity at all times and things are done the way it should be done. This, that. It led me to a place of resentment for so many things. And the thing about unforgiveness is that you have a grudge against one person in a different space for something else. You feel that you have been wronged, okay? And each time you remember, it's like a wound, like it's like an open wound in your heart. But now you're still moving through the world. And there are other persons who meet you at, on another level, in another place, in another environment entirely, who are not aware that you're carrying a wound that you're still nursing. And then they add their own to it. And it's like, what? Why? Like, what is wrong with people? In fact, I don't belong to this world. I don't belong here. And you go somewhere else and somebody does something. And at a time, it's like you're walking around with a wounded heart. It's like it feels like you are a wounded lion. And people cannot understand what is wrong with that lady. Why is she, what's wrong with that guy? You're always, you're easy to flare up. You're easy to do this. And what they cannot see is that you're walking around with a wounded heart. You want the world you want somebody, not just the world, you want somebody to see you. You want somebody to acknowledge your pain because it looks like there's injustice. And let me even make it more, what makes it even worse is when you're struggling with the pain of unforgiveness, because unforgiveness is painful. When you're struggling with the pain of unforgiveness, and then the people who have wronged you are trying, and then there you are, on the one side, nursing resentment, feeling offended, waiting for that apology that might never come. You can see that you are the one who is in a prison, while the other person is free. I have come to tell you today that your pain is valid. You want the world to see you. You want the world to acknowledge your pain. You want the world, or you want somebody to validate the injustice that has been meted out on you. And I see you. I hear you. You're correct. Actually, you deserve an apology. But more than an apology, you deserve peace. You deserve to be happy, my friend. You deserve to be free in your mind, beyond posting on social media, proving to people that you're not hot, proving to people that it doesn't get to you. They bother me. They bother me. Beyond posting, beyond vibing to I don't care music, trying to tell your enemies that they got nothing on you, you deserve true freedom. You deserve peace. You deserve to live. You deserve to breathe. You deserve to be happy. You deserve to be healed. You deserve to walk around whole. And when you think about it, the reason why you want justice is why you're holding on to grudges. And at the end of the day, it becomes counterproductive. You want justice so you can feel justified, so you can be happy again. But when that is not in your control, you become a prison to your need for justice. If you believe in God, I want you to know that there is a place to trust God with your pain. And that forgiveness is not for them. Forgiveness is for you. You deserve to stop walking around with your wounded heart. You deserve to stop walking around carrying the burden and the pain of grudges and resentment and feeling like the whole world is against you. The whole world is not against you. There are people that are waiting to love you. There are people, even now, that admire you, that care about you. Probably not just paying attention to them because you really need some other persons to validate you with an apology. This video is just to tell us or to tell you that please, baby, you deserve freedom. You deserve peace. And forgiveness is not for them. Forgiveness is for you. You need to start living. You need to live in the moment. You need to enjoy life. Life is too short. Life is too fickle. Anything can happen, and you would have wasted your entire life living in bitterness, living in resentment. And might I tell you, bitterness and resentment stifles creativity. You cannot think properly. Your mind is not relaxed. Your mind is not in a good place. You cannot thrive. You need to let it go. You need to let the burden go so that you can move ahead. You need to forgive the situation. You need to forgive the people. You need to forgive yourself. You need to forgive whatever it is. It's time to move on. And it's time to live again. Remember this. You deserve peace. And forgiveness is not for them. Forgiveness is for you. You deserve to live a life of peace. One that you're truly happy. One that you're truly at rest. And this applies to everything. Forgive. Let go. Trust God with your pain. And live. Until I come your way next time, stay blessed. Like this video. Don't forget to share and subscribe if you're yet to.